Hi, I'm Morgoth Beatz. I'm a producer. I produce for artists such as MGK, Juice World, Polyphia, Snot, Suicide Silence, etc. And I'm going to show you how to use the Jamstick today. I kind of do a lot of different genres, and it just really depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I really like doing metal stuff. Sometimes I really like doing pop stuff. Usually it's whatever genre is not the genre I've been producing for a long period of time. So I'll usually do like one style for a while, and then I will kind of get tired of it and switch to doing something else for a little bit. And yeah, I just kind of go in cycles. What drew me to using the Jamstick was I do lots of orchestration based stuff, especially in metal and in the rap stuff I make. So I wanted a guitar that I could play stuff like violin and strings and organ and etc. on, that could give more of like a realistic sound because someone's physically playing it. And I'm a lot better at guitar than I am at piano. So just being able to, if I write a riff or something and then just being able to play it on strings like the same way on guitar versus trying to like mentally take something from guitar to piano, which you can do, which I can do, but it takes me more time versus just playing it the same way on a Jamstick. It's just much easier. I don't really use much else in my MIDI production. I don't really use the MIDI keyboard as much as I used to. I just kind of use this now for the most part, unless I just draw something in. So this song is called Death of Circumstance, and it's by Ov Sulfur, and it's on their latest album, The Burden of Faith. And yeah, I produced the song and I did the MIDI with it, and I did a lot of it with the Jamstick. So there's several things going on here. There's lots of strings and horns like layered. Some of them are just like committed to audio, and this is the instrumental with everything. So what I used the Jamstick on was playing these parts here, just doing the melodic stabs with the guitars on MIDI, and this one is a organ. So with this, I used easy keys, I used the pipe organ, and all I did on it was yeah, I just used a RC20 thing just to make it like a little more vintage sounding. And yeah, this is what I played. Yeah, so I played it and then I edited it, like I cleaned them up to make all the MIDI notes even and everything. Yeah, and how I did it was, it's just really easy. It's just... Yeah, so that is horn, strings, choir, a handful of different things. Yeah, so really the main reason I used the Jamstick for this was just because the idea with the album was, to have it be very orchestral. It's essentially they're a symphonic deathcore band, so the idea was to make the album sound like they had a live orchestra with them, or at least something close to that. So being able to play it on this, especially when it comes to string instruments, because you can do stuff like vibrato and things that you normally couldn't do with a keyboard or any other sort of MIDI controller. I guess you could really hear that more in like the cello. Yeah, so you can hear how the notes kind of ramp up, like as you can hear a little vibrato fluctuations in it when I change octaves, and you can hear like the harmony layers and stuff with the cello that make it sound a little bit more like someone played it. And you can also really notice it too when it comes to some of this violin stuff. But some of this stuff was actually a mistake. Like this little slide thing was just me like going between strings, and I just ended up liking the way it sounded. Yeah, so the future of metal in terms of using MIDI, I think a lot of, I mean, it's been this way for a long time now, but I think a lot of bands in general are mixing MIDI with live instruments, you know, whether it be orchestration-based instruments like this, or whether it's just like synths in general. I think a lot of, it's a very standard thing now, and a lot of people are just so used to hearing it, I don't even think they're noticing that they're hearing it sometimes. But yeah, a lot of like the atmosphere and stuff that comes in through a lot of bands is through stuff like pads and strings and stuff. Even if they're not like a symphonic band or whatever, usually those elements are still like at least tucked in the mixes of a lot of songs. So being able to use something like a Jamstick, especially with like creatively, you know, you can, if you're a guitar player, you know, if you're a band that has guitar-based stuff at all, 9 times out of 10 you're probably better at guitar than you are at piano. So being able to like just put on an instrument track like from whatever VST or like software, you know, from any software's built-in stuff or whatever, you know, like anything that comes with a virtual instrument, being able to just like play stuff on the guitar is a big game changer, especially to like if you want to even write something, like you can write leads with it and you'll come up with more creative stuff as a guitar player than you will as a pianist, you know. So I think it really benefits in a lot of ways creatively with that, and it benefits too because if you have little embellishments on your guitar, like you bend a note a certain way, or like you can recreate it with the virtual instrument at least a lot more accurately than you probably could with a piano, or if you draw it in, and that just takes longer. So yeah, it's a time saver at the very least. Right now I'm producing Shavo from System of a Down's solo album. That is pretty far in the works at the moment, so it should be coming out in the somewhat near future. I'm doing Left to Suffer's next album. I just finished that, so that should be coming out in the near future too. And I have a song with Kid Cudi coming out. I have a lot of random singles that are sprinkled throughout the times in between that. Can't remember everything off the top of my head, but yeah, there's a good amount of stuff. When I hit a creative roadblock, usually I'll try and learn something new. Like I'll try and learn a new song, how to play a new song on guitar or something like that, or learn a new like chord progression, or just try and learn something new I can apply to writing. And whenever I learn that new thing, I'll try and write something based around something similar. Just be open-minded to working on lots of different styles of music. And I would also say just try to write with people who are better than you and collaborate with people who are better than you. That way you get better by surrounding yourself with a higher level of skill. So yeah, if you're working with people who are really good, very often chances are you'll probably pick up like a thing or two from that. Yeah, my studio was on fire. I would obviously grab my laptop first, but I guess that would if I'm not picking my laptop, I would grab a Jamstick.